Hello, my name is Julie and this is KS Mom Crochets, and today is a special video. Caroline over at For the Love of Crochet and Cassandra at Craftably Ever After, we decided to do a little bit of a collab. If you are familiar with Cassandra's channel, she does a free pattern Friday where she showcases a free pattern every 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure. And Caroline had an idea for this collab, and then I guess Cassandra said, hey, let's just do this for my free pattern Friday. So we decided to do this amigurumi patterns from Hobby Lobby. So each of us chose one of these patterns to do. And I'm not going to tell you which one because you need to go and check out Cassandra and Caroline's videos to figure out which one that they did. But I'm going to show you the one that I did, and I did the llama right here. Now this is the hang tag that you can find at Hobby Lobby. I've had mine for a long time, so I'm not really sure. I'm thinking that you can still find this there, but this these patterns are also available on their website, and that is something that I think as crocheters, well, I know I do, I can't speak for everybody, but as crocheters we forget that there are lots of free patterns available on yarn websites. I always forget about that, but there are so many yarn websites that have patterns for free. All we have to do is just look at them and decide to make them, They don't have a ton of amigurumi patterns. They don't have a ton of crochet patterns on hobbylobby.com. But like I said, they do have this one. And it's like a little trio. So here is the one that I decided to do. But I will tell you right off the bat, I did not do the stuff on its back. Like, I didn't do this cactus or these extra pom-poms. I really do like the little cactus pattern, but I don't think my llama is the type of llama to have a cactus on its back. So if I ever did decide to make the cactus, I think I would use that for like decor or something to sit around and not on my amigurumi. That's the only part of the pattern that I didn't do. So here is my little llama, and I think that it turned out so super cute. I really do love how it turned out. And let me just look in my little book so I can tell you what I used. So I used a 3.75 millimeter hook, and I used Big Twist in the color khaki for the body, and then the muzzle here is just cream. Let me back it up. So there's a little bit of contrast between the muzzle and the rest of the llama. So for the llama, actually for all of these patterns, I'm pretty sure they want you to double strand. So they want you to use 2 strands of yarn held together at once in a bigger hook. Well, I had actually was almost already done with the body before I realized that, because I got to looking ahead and I was like, well, wait a minute, why are they telling me to change hook sizes for the the blanket and the hat? And then I read back and I was like, oh, okay. So I was supposed to made this with 2 strands, but I think it turned out okay. So instead of using worsted weight yarn, because I had the perfect yarn in my head that I wanted to use, so I had to go and look in my stash and see what I had, and the only thing that I had that was kind of variegated was this Premier Bloom yarn, and this is a DK weight yarn, and I went all the way down to a 2.75 millimeter hook on this yarn, and the color of it is called Pewter Rose, and I think that it turned out really cute. I really do like the way that it came out. So, as I said, I used one strand of worsted weight yarn for the body and then one strand of DK weight for the accessories to make up that difference in the pattern, and it worked out okay. I do have to say that this pattern was not very well written, disappointingly. I really enjoyed making it, but the llama itself wasn't that bad. So the directions for how to attach the feet, so let me take his accessories off so you can actually, so this is what the llama looks without his blanket and everything. So you have your feet here and then you attach them all together to build up for the body. And I didn't really have any trouble with anything except for attaching the legs. If I hadn't had a little bit of experience doing that before, I think I would have got a little bit lost and I would have had to phone for help. But I did figure it out. It wasn't that bad, but for somebody that's a beginner, I don't think this pattern is for you. I really struggle with attaching the head to the neck. Okay, so let me backtrack because I misspoke. So the head was left open and the neck was left open, and I really struggle with that, like seaming that up. So you can tell where that it doesn't look that great. Where that I attach those two together. For some reason, I don't know why, I just have such a hard time getting that to look nice and neat. But like I said, the pattern itself for the llama really wasn't that bad if you have experience working the legs. But the accessories were a totally different story. There was an error in the hat pattern. It only told me to make one ear hole for the hat because you do leave slots for the ears to poke through the hat. So honestly, I really didn't follow the pattern for the hat or the blanket. I did my own thing. I started out the way that it said to do, and then like I said, I just did my own thing. Like, I just was getting confused and I just said, forget it, I'll just make up my own. So that is what I did. So like I said, I worked the hat pattern the way that it is written up until the ear slots, basically, and then like I said, I just did my own thing. It wanted me to do a lot of single crochet rows, and a lot of those single crochet rows I turned to double crochet rows. So for every 2 single crochet rows, I did 1 double crochet row to cut down on the amount of rows that I had to do to build up my hat, and it worked out fine. I've done that numerous times in patterns and I've never had any issues with it. Now for the blanket, since I changed the body size, because if I had used 2 strands of yarn, the body of this llama would have been a lot bigger. I had to adjust my starting chain for this little blanket that goes over its back. And like I said, I changed it. I did double crochet rows, and I did color control this so that I had more of this variegated part coming out, because it was going to be all gray, and I thought that would look silly because the hat, I kind of wish I didn't color control the hat, but I kind of wish that I had of, because you know, it would have been cuter if I had had maybe some of that variegated showing toward the front of the face there. And then I did add the little tassels. Again, I didn't do it exactly like the pattern suggested. I really didn't understand the pattern that well, and I don't know if it was my brain or the pattern, but like I said, I do know there was an error in the hat pattern. I did use my pom-pom maker that I got from the Dollar Tree. I didn't bring it in here, but I did use that pom-pom maker for the first time, and it did really well. I really liked how that I was able to put some of the variegated on one side. I probably should have done more of that variegated, but how I was able to kind of make it two-toned pom-pom, so that you are getting to see a little bit of that variegated from the top. So I hope that you really like seeing my little llama. I really do love him. You kind of have to adjust the legs a little bit to get him to stand up, but he will stand up on his own. I did give him a little tail, just like the pattern said, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think I like him better without a tail because I had forgot to make the tail, and when I went back and made it, it's just like a little stub. It looks funny, so I don't know if I will keep that on there or not. I don't think llamas' tails really look like that either. Um, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, but I do love the rest of him. And I do like how that they had the little braids, because like I said, whenever I was finishing up the hat, I did try to go by the picture to make it look like the picture, and I think I did an okay job. So like I said, I hope you enjoy seeing my little llama, and don't forget to go and check out and see which pattern that Cassandra and Caroline did. This was so much fun, ladies, and I appreciate you all so much for asking me to join in. It definitely was nice to have an end goal. As you all know, I've been struggling with my crojo, and this was an excellent thing to work on and give me motivation to crochet. So thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you in another video. Bye.